It's the situation in the Iceland very interesting at the moment. Everybody expects eruption and nothing is happening. We have a reservoir at the depth of the 5 kilometer and more under the Svartsengi power plant. It works according to the Professor Thorvaldo Thordardsson as a tap practically, leading the sideway the magma to erupt in the Sundunka crater area toward the south also of that, toward the Grindavik. And what we are seeing at the moment is that the GPS data point to different things. In the areas, for example, like what we have in the Skipatsig Heron, which is actually a lava field, to the west side of the Svartsengi, complete pronounced rise in the GPS data just shows the land is inflated. We plot it on this chart, and then we go for the Svartsengi, adjacent area to it. We see that the uplift of the land, which is toward the right, you can see the chart on that chart, is not as much as what it was in the previous one, the Skipatsky Heron. So practically, we show it with a different color, less red. Probably orange is more suitable for here. And if we go for area north of the Svartsengi, it's called a north site. That is similar to what we have in Svartsengi, not as pronounced as the first one. So we show it again on the map by the color code of orange. These are not as much as what it was in the first place. The magma rising and accumulation by the GPS data shown here in millimeters of the land rise. In the Thorbjorn, which is the most of the cameras are located, is to the east side of the Svartsengi, is a hill. We don't see as much as what we saw in the Svartsengi and the previous site. We show it by the yellow color, so the magma accumulation there is not that much in that sense, or is not led from there to here. So we go to the Grindavik, which is the most important part. That's the town which was evacuated after the dry eruption, what I call as. The gap was there, no magma to fill it up, no eruption. So only earthquake damage. We mark it again, like Thorbjorn, with the yellow box. And then we go toward the east more, and we see this site, which is the Asri site. And you can see that there is not much rise to the right side due to the magma accumulation. It's not much. The land is just rising slightly just because what is happening in the west. We mark it by the green sign here. It's a relatively safer area. And we go toward now to plot everything on this diagram, on this map. We start by the Skipatsiger Heron, and we go to Svartsengi and the Thorbjorn and Grindavik. We mark them by relative amount of the uplift. They're reducing. We have the added bonus of a Eldwarp GPS station to the west of all these sites that we have. And this is quite showing that the magma is rising in that area quite high. So when I plot that also with a rectangle, and then according to the color code, I again paint those zones, you will see that what is here, and again I'm showing the animation of those marked zones, and again showing the colored zones, they define the outline of the Rift Valley in that area. As you can see here, this is the Rift Valley. We started in the November 2023 with that. Armand Khoshkholson believes that the Eldwarp is actually maybe the next eruption, the volcanic system awakening after what we have in the Svartsengi area. So no Kristofik or anything at the moment. He believes that this will be an Eldwarp where we have the magma accumulation according to what I have shown you here. We have the land rising, but no eruption, no lateral movement of the magma toward the Sunduka craters, which actually has the cracks. We have all the historical craters and cracks. There is no eruption in that area because the magma has not moved laterally toward there. I go back to that cartoon animation, as you can see here. Svartsengi area is inflating. Magma is accumulating there. But there is no lateral flow of it, as I've shown in those diagrams, toward the Sunnuka craters, where it can erupt actually. So I don't, in my opinion, I don't think there will be eruptions soon, until probably the next week, when we have near the full moon. So the tide may affect it. I invite you to watch some of these pretty pictures, nothing to do with the Iceland eruptions, recent eruptions. These are artificial intelligence created. When we describe in text the situation in the Iceland with the volcanic eruption in the Reykjanes Peninsula, artificial intelligence created these images. They are not representing the factual things on the ground.